What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to understand yourself using astrology. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not here to project my thoughts or opinions on you. I am just sharing my vantage point. And what I'll do is I'll use myself as an example because I don't know anyone better than me. So, what I've learned in astrology is that there are main energies. Like we have a lot of energies in our birth chart because there are 12 houses. But there are like, I want to say, five main energies that we operate out of. We operate out of naturally our ego, which is our sun sign. We operate out of our feelings naturally, which is our moon sign. We operate out of naturally our love language, which is our Venus sign, and we operate out of naturally, which is our Mars energy, which is the energy we use to go after things. And then we wrap that all up in this outer energy, which is a package that people see us like, which is our rising sign. So, and it will also explain to you why people treat you a certain way, why people see you a certain way, and why you behave the way that you do. It will help you to learn not to take a lot of things personal when people treat you a certain way because, like for me, I never knew exactly why when it came to, because I'm a female and I'm interested in men, but I used to get mad a lot because I will always have guys that, would approach me, but they will be, you know, focus on sex all the time, and that to me is annoying as I don't know what, right? And I never knew, like I used to, it offended me, because my ego is Gemini and I'm a communicator. So, it's like, I used to always be like, they get on my nerves. It's be like these men get on my nerves, like because in my mind I'm like, why is it they want to touch? That's to me it's offensive. It's degrading. It's not right, but I never knew exactly why I was experiencing this type of stuff, and I experienced it for pretty much all of my teenage life up until adult. It's like that's all people think about, that's all they think about, that's all they want to do. That's what I would say. And once I start getting into astrology and understood my rising sign, which is Scorpio, and Scorpio energy rules the genitals, right? It's a sexual energy, it's a mysterious energy, it's a dark energy. So, you know, men will be sexually attracted to me. And that's not something that might work for a woman that want to, turn men on with her body. And I don't judge, what I'm saying? To each her own. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not like that. I'm a Gemini. I'm air energy, which is we operate naturally out of our sun sign, which is our ego, and my ego is air energy, which is intelligence. And it's like that's not intelligent to want to be attracted to somebody because you want sex with them. But once, like I said, once I understood that my rising sign was Scorpio, then it all started making sense. And I'm like, oh, this is why these men do this. That's why they see me like that. It's and so that kind of helped me from not being offended. So it's like now, you know I automatically know that's a no, but I understand it now, saying I don't take offense to it. They have a problem because they're just getting grabbed by their genitals, and that means that person just thinking, from their lower self, because the the Scorpio energy, if it rules the genitals, that rules the root chakra. You know what I'm saying? So you got this package that I'm wrapped up in. I'm a Gemini and I'm wrapped up in this dark package and this sexual energy or whatever that people are getting from me. And so they think that, I'm out there like that. That's the image that they're getting, that I'm out there like that, And once they come inside, because you're talking about the package. When you come inside, you're gonna realize, and I'm not easy to get like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Gemini energy is intellectual energy. So it's intelligence, it's air energy, and all air energy is the highest chakra, which is the crown chakra, which rules the spirit realm. So it's air energy, is intelligence. And it's like, I'm picky. So I'm not, it's like, no, so that you can't judge everybody the same way. But I started understanding, like, they think I'm this way, but I'm not. And so, like I said, I'm very picky. I'm a picky person. I don't try to be. It's just that Gemini energy is mutable, it's changeable, it's adaptable, and I can easily adapt to whoever I get into a relationship with. I can easily adapt to them, but I can't adapt to something that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it hard for me, because I know it's like, that's not gonna work, because I know that I have a mouth on me, and I'm always gonna speak how I feel. And that's the way the creator made me. That's the energy I have naturally, and I'm always going to speak how I feel. And my feelings is Cancer energy. So that communication is going to make it easy for me to say how I feel. And Cancer energy is the crab, that's crabby energy, which, when you understand crab energy, it's a holding on to the feelings. The motto of Cancer energy is I care. So when I care, when I really care about something, I communicate about it. When I care about things or people or whatever the case is, I say how I feel. And with my Venus energy, Venus is the planet of love, money, beauty, and romance. So I have Aries energy, and Aries energy is fire energy, which is a passionate energy, and it's initiative. So I initiate a lot of things when it comes to love. I started, meaning, like, I'm not starting like arguments and things of that nature, because that's not my feelings. It's my love language, which I initiate communication. I always start stuff. And, as I evolve in on my path as a person, it's like I started realizing that I was initiating a lot of things, and that made me feel, because I have that Cancer energy and I care about how I feel. I care about how other people's feelings also, but I care about how I feel, and I'm like, I always got to start stuff. I always got to start conversations off. I always got to do this. I always got to do that. But that's my natural energy. I'm always doing it. And so when people get used to you always doing it, they expect for you to do it. But when you grow and evolve and you start controlling your energy, you have to pull that back and not do it, and with my Mars energy, is Cancer energy also. And so it's I care. So when I'm motivated to do things, I care about what I want to do deeply, And so when you wrap all of these energies together and you look at your placement of those planets that I stated, which is the sun, the ego, the moon, the feelings, you know, the Venus, your love language, Mars, your motivation, and you wrap all that up in your package, which is your rising sign, you'll see why people are attracted to you and why they see you that way. But when they come inside, they get a whole different thing, and you know when we look at ourselves, and as we're growing and things like that, because a lot of times people don't know how they are. They don't know how they are. It's like, because when I listen to Cancer Moon energy videos, when I used to listen to it, it said like we super sensitive and like we cry babies and stuff. And it's like, that would probably be if maybe my ego was in water energy, but my ego is in air energy. So I'm not a crybaby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this is why I say when we watch astrology videos, we can't take all of that stuff to heart, because it's just talking about the main energy itself. But it depends on all the other energies that you have, is how it's going to play out. I can't be a crybaby if I have intelligence in my ego. It's not wise to cry all the time. Like, it's okay to cry and let some things out, but just sit around and be a crybaby all day because I'm sensitive with my feelings. No, that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not a crybaby, even though, the energy itself is, water. And so, and also with that Aries energy, with my Venus and Aries energy, I initiate communication because that's my ego. But what if my ego was in Scorpio? I will be initiating sex. You see what I'm saying? Like how different it will be. It depends on what energy you have and how it all is. And this is why when you look at people that may have a Gemini sun and you say, well, this Gemini is this way, but this Gemini is that way, but this Gemini look like this, but this Gemini look like that. And I did leave out another planet, which is Mercury, which is the energy in your mind. And so the energy in my mind is Gemini energy. So I think and communicate like a Gemini. But if someone had Mercury in a different planet, then they would think and communicate like that energy. You see what I'm saying? So it's all different and we're all not the same. And so you can't compare all Geminis the same. You can't compare all, you know, you can't compare all Virgos the same. You can't compare all, Capricorns the same. You can't compare all, you know, Libra's the same. If I didn't already say that, you know what I'm saying? It's different. And so this why I say astrology is fun, because when you put two people together, you be like, you're like this and you like that. This can spark up different conversations. And maybe it's just me because I'm a Gemini, I like to talk, but this give me something new to talk about opposed to old stuff, because it's like old things to me, because it's boring. It's like, okay, we done already talked about this. You may just now start out learning about astrology, and then we could talk about how you are with your feelings and stuff like that. And it make it fun because it gives you another topic to talk about other than gossip, other than other people's business and talking about what that person did yesterday. And oh, did you hear about this? Like, I really don't be wanting to hear that type of stuff. And it's because it's like I don't, it's not that I don't care, because I do care. If I really don't like hearing bad negative stuff about people that happen to them, because if I don't know about it, I ain't gonna feel no type of way about it. But if I know about it, it's gonna disturb me. And I don't like my peace being disturbed, because I done got to this place in my life where it's like I just don't be wanting to hear about gossip. Like, I don't know. It's I wouldn't even say that I really did, but I may have engaged in it, but everybody does, to a certain degree. And it's like that stuff is old. It's like I want to talk about stuff that is exciting, and we could figure out, like, if you were somewhere and we could look at a person and try to figure out what their outer energy is, because like Pisces risings to people, this is not this is how they look to people, because you got to look at the energy. They look like they in la la land, because that's how the energy is. It rules the subconscious mind, what you can't see. And so with people that have Pisces rising, they kind of look like they're lost to other people. And so you may look at a person and think they're dingy or whatever, and then you start talking to them and they're like, you had it all wrong. And when people look at me, they think I'm sexual and I'm just this freak of the week and all of this extra stuff, which I'm totally offended by. Once I found out, it's like, okay, Paulette, this is why these people think you like that, but they wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't nowhere near that. You know what I'm saying? But it helps me understand, so now I can laugh at it. It's like this you really thought you was gonna get something from me. You know what I'm saying? But you had me wrong, you had me twisted, and now it's funny, and now I can sit and talk about that. And that might be gossip to you, but it's not to me, because at the end of the day, I'm talking about myself and how I've been treated in my life, and I have the right to do that, because now I can turn it into a joke. Because back in the day, I used to want to be a comedian, and I feel like when, this is just my personal opinion. I don't project nothing that I say onto nobody. This is my vantage point, okay? I wanted to be a comedian at a certain point, and I feel like it's better that when you are a comedian that you talk about your own personal experiences instead of putting the joke on someone else, because when we put the joke on another person, we're being an energy vampire. It's like when you talk about other people, it's like you take their energy from them so that you can pull yourself up and get you're the center of the stage, because now you got the attention by talking about another person. You just pulled them down, drained their energy, you sucked them dry. Now you full, and now you up. That's an energy vampire. That's how I see it. And so when I talk about myself, and I could put the joke on myself, because I don't feel like, I'm a fool for doing that, because at the end of the day, can't nobody make me feel no way about myself when I'm secure within myself. I know the energy that I carry. I understand, you know what I'm saying? So now I have a great level of understanding how people see me, and they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? But they have to be able to be willing to get to know me to understand how I really am on the inside, and this is how I see astrology, and will help it, will help you, if you decided to dive deep into it. And instead of making it seem so scary, instead of making it seem like it's such a bad thing that, because that was projected onto you from someone else, instead of doing all of that and just looking at it from the highest perspective that you possibly can, and have fun with it. It's like, it's fun. It's a new topic of discussion. It's something that you can look at your children and just like peep them out, and and laugh about this stuff, and not make jokes at them and make them feel less than or belittle in somebody because what type of energy they have. It just help you understand people better, and again, it just makes it more fun. But that's just my vantage point, and that's all I got for you. And I holla though. One love. Peace.